What's up, gang? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So if you are new, make sure you subscribe and turn your notification bell on so you don't be missing a beat over here. I tend to talk in circles, yes ma'am. I tend to post in circles, yes ma'am. Child, my head is not screwed on properly right now. I'm going to be just talking it up with y'all, doing some nail talks. I kind of want to do like a catfish look because I haven't done a really bomb face and makeup in a while. So I just want to feel like a whole new nail, so do it up. I'm breaking out so bad. On this side. It's so ugly. I don't know why. I've washed pillowcases, changed sheets. I don't know, but I'm using witch hazel, so hopefully that changes here soon. And I'm snacking because I'm hungry. I'm definitely going to do my eyebrows before we get into it because eyebrows take too long. Way too long. Okay, now that they're semi-done, first of all, my skin feels so good because I exfoliated today. So I woke up this morning mad. Not really for any reason. Not any real reason anyway. But I had a dream and I was fighting, or I was trying to anyway. Do you guys have those dreams where like you want to fight somebody so bad, but it's like you literally can't throw a hard punch, you can't, it's almost like you can't even squat up correctly. Like you want to so bad in your dream and you try so hard, but it's like either you miss or it don't connect fully. And at one point I knew I was dreaming because weird stuff was happening. So when the time came, I was ready to lay hands and I couldn't. Like, it was so weird. It was almost like I was still beating them up, but I was not winning at all still. Like, nobody was winning, but I wasn't winning and I wanted to win, so I was mad. So anyway, I had a little breakdown earlier, child. I'm a mess, just a little bit. I really miss my childhood best friend, Delon. He was also like my very first love. Like, that boy, he was very different from the rest, for sure. We met when we were in 3rd grade. Oh, I lied. 4th grade maybe. I think it was, yeah, it was 4th grade we met. Ever since we started talking then, like, he just fell in love. I don't know why I was so beat up. Like, I was mean to him. I remember during lunch, he would try and come and sit by me when he could. When I went to school, they would say, like, if your milk carton is pointed toward a different person, that means you like them or you got a crush on them. So he would point his towards me and he would point mine towards him, and I would snatch that thing back and point it towards myself. It's so funny and it's so cute because it was like a few days before he passed. We were on the phone and we were talking and he was just saying like, we need to make more memories and stuff like that. We don't have pictures, no nothing. And I was like, boy, you remember in elementary school when you used to do that? And he laughed and he was like, oh my god, how, like, I didn't know you remembered that. He was like, you dang near made me remember it. He was like, I'm glad you have those memories of me because you just never know what could happen. It makes me so sad because he was not lying. I thought about that today, and you know, I'm not like fully spiritual yet, but I'm also on like this spiritual journey. I'm taking my time. I want to meditate more. I want to do, you know, those things more. But I truthfully, like, I don't even doubt it anymore, that our souls are, their energy, you know, energy can't be erased. It can't die. It can be created and transferred. So it sucks that we have to be here and miss him for the rest of our lives, you know. Like, he was definitely a person that I never forgot ever. When he messaged me on Facebook in like 2013, he was like, hey Nell, like, I really need to talk to you. And I lied. That was, he probably messaged me in 2011, 2012, 2011, like something like that. But I just remember I started talking to him again, and then in high school, I really, like, we really got close and connected. And usually I just blow people off. Like, I had an elementary school crush and I didn't talk to him after elementary school. He tried to talk to me during high school and I was like, no. I don't know what it was about Delon. He just loved me differently. He showed me he loved me. He used to rap, and he made a song called You Hear Me Though. I think it was part 2. And He was so mad at me. He had said, fuck my ex bitch, my next bitch, and first love. So that was our nicknames for each other, was first love. And he said they had me tripping or they had me fucked up, forgot who I first was, something like that. And you know, I was really mad, but I also laughed because he had a topic, you know what I'm saying? Like, the girl, he done took pictures talking about fuck love, like, girl. But every time we got into it, he would come back, or I would come back, and I'd be like, you know, are you done being whatever? Like, it was great. All the conversations we had, all of the phone calls we had. I honestly wish that I had my old phones now to look through our conversations, because I want to say when I was a junior, no, I was a senior, we started talking. And if you guys aren't familiar with what talking is like the stage before dating. We started doing that, and I want to say it ended because he made me mad. But during that time, like, it was just, I love him. I really do. I just loved him. He popped up at my school, was like, I'm looking for Chanel. I don't know how he got in. And I want to truly believe till this day still, he was like, I'm her daddy. He done popped up to the school. Everybody like, Delon here, he looking for you. And child, I was nervous. I'm like, what? He crazy. I said all of that to say because we only have the memories. He bought me this ring. He gave me his hoodie. We've sat in the car and smoked together and just vented to each other plenty of times, had plenty of phone calls. I called him on my graduation day. We had so many great memories that, like, now his death is the reason why I try so hard to be a good friend to everyone, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get emotional, but I'm regretful for way more than I can even wrap my mind around. For one, I was so mean to him so many times, but he was very pushy. I don't like pushy. I love his pushy. And I told him that later, but I don't like pushy. I don't know, maybe he scared me because I knew that he could actually you know, his lifestyle wasn't perfect, and the way I grew up, seeing the type of man that my mom was with, I didn't want to believe that I had a type, because I always kind of went for the dudes who was like, I don't know, they were just out there. They were like, you know, wild or whatever. Not too wild, child, not too wild. That was one of the things my mom told me. She was like, girl, you got a type, and Delon is your type. And she told me this before he passed away. After a while of getting hurt by that type, I never gave Delon the chance to hurt me. I would like talk to other guys in high school, but I never gave him the chance to hurt me. I was scared. He was one of the longest friendships I've ever had. I didn't want to believe it, so you know, I stopped going after guys who I felt like were that type. And you know, David wanted to play like he was hood and whatnot. He came from a really good family. Not saying Delon did, I'm just saying, like, I felt like he was sheltered. So I didn't feel like David was, you know, living that lifestyle. And so that's what really gave me comfort when it came to him. Delon always checked on me. He was very heartbroken and stuff. He always checked on me and things like that. But I did not want to relive what I lived when I was a child. So I never gave him the chance to hurt me. I always felt like he needed to change up his ways of it. You know, I went back on some conversations that we had when we were younger, and he said some things, and like, it breaks my heart because he was probably 100% right with what he said to me, and it just hurts that he's not here, because that's part of, you know, the whatever. Anyway, all of that just to say, his death definitely gave me more of a push to be a good friend, to be a good person to people, but to also make really good memories with people, to be true to myself. He loved me. No makeup, no nothing, child, no nothing. It just really pushed me to be a better person to all, to reach out more, because like I said, I'm regretful for a lot of things. I wished that I would have never chose people or things over him. You know what I'm saying? I can sit here and regret all day, but I also did love him, and he knew that. And we were actually starting to plan on working towards, you know, maybe trying this whole thing out. He was also living his own life, so I don't fault him for that, but that also kept me back from not giving him my all. I always tried to go after a different type, but I love that man with everything. Like, yes, he very much did get on my nerves and irritate me, because damn near everybody does at some point. At the same time, like, looking back at it, his love was the best love I got. He loved me unconditionally at fucking 8 years old. People make fun of you all the time. He never did. Like, he never saw the flaws until we got older. He was like, damn, no, you was kind of hurt. And I'm like, you know, look at you. Look at what you look like, you know? But at the same time, like, during that time, he never flawed me, because I even looked back to when I was in high school and I was like, you liked me in high school? That also gave me comfort, because I also, you know, question myself a lot. He had a family. I don't want to go on his Facebook writing all this stuff. Like, I want to be respectable, because when he first died, I could not believe it. I was in shock. So a lot of my posts were about him. I'm still in shock. Like, it just does not, it feels like we're upset at each other. We're just, I don't know, we're gonna come back later. I wanted to be respectful. You know, he has a family, and I don't want to go out there just like I'm his first, like, you know, I just don't want to do that. So I questioned myself a lot if he really loved me, and if, you know, I really mattered to him. And I only said that because he did have a baby and, like, you know, a family or whatever at one point in time, and, you know, things didn't work out, and we kind of came back and tried to rekindle. We did talk a few times about being in a relationship. It just never went anywhere. For our own personal reasons, more of mine, I truly believe that he did, because I still talk to his sisters. I check on his mom, and I love him still. I don't care what nobody says. I regret treating him certain ways, and it's gonna happen, but he also does know I love him, because I started opening up more. I could literally see in the messages that I was breaking that wall down, and it was just my situation where I couldn't fully, because I was trying to be respectful of others. Like, it was just so hard. At the same time, I didn't want to be irrational, because like I said, he already had a family. Regardless if they were together or not, they were still a family. He still loved her very much. He did still love her. I can't deny that. At the same time, like, I guess, like, I was starting to feel like maybe what we were talking about was just talk, because you guys know how, like, y'all be knowing how men are. Like, they just be saying shit. That wasn't him though. Like, I had to get that out of my head. Anyway, I don't want people wondering when I'm gone, like, oh, did I show her enough love, or whatever the case may be. Or I don't want to do that again. I don't want to feel like I didn't show my loved ones enough love. Like I said, I'm trying to take the initiative, and I'm trying to, like, show more love. Even if it's just answering a phone call, I'm trying to do all of that more, because I really wish that I would have done it for him. I wish things would have been differently. I really wish things would have been different. I really wish a lot of things. I can't keep on going like that. I can't keep on thinking like that, because it's just hurting me. It really is hurting my feelings. And he was so understanding. I don't think that there's really many people that understand me like how he did. That also leads me to another point. I'm gonna put this fucking foundation on. I'm getting mad. I want to start living my life however I want to, whether it's material, not necessarily just materialistic, like I'm just always about the material things, but my love language is gifting people with materials. I also feel like a love language for me is jewelry. I love jewelry. I don't want to say that that's my only love language, because my other love language is when people express, like, how they feel about me. I started to drift off from that because I always felt like I was being lied to. But I also love acts of service, like when someone does the dishes or helps me do the dishes or helps me fold laundry. I feel like, oh, you love me because you're helping me. The way I express my love is by helping people, by listening to people, and by gifting people. I think like a big goal of mine has always been to retire my parents, especially my dad. He just works so hard all day long. Like, I don't know, like my dad has always been a hard worker, so I think that that would be a good way to show my appreciation as his child. Even though he says he doesn't care if I gave him a dime, I want to show my dad, you know, that he is loved, because there's times where maybe he doesn't feel it. I don't know, maybe he's just so tired. I try to give him distance from, just because of work, that's all. Because of work, I try to give my dad, you know, the distance, because he also has Jennifer, his wife. Like, they still need their time. Like, I don't know any other way. Like, it's just very hard. Men are hard to read sometimes, you know, very hard. I want to start living my life thinking about black women in luxury, not to go too far into the topic of black women at all, because I don't want anyone saying, well, what about women of all color? Like, I'm just saying I'm a black woman, and they call black women often, they call them bougie. I don't care to be called any of that anyway. Call me whatever. I want to live my life knowing that I have nice things, that I've made some good memories. Like, this human experience while I'm here, I want to experience it all. I don't really care for the judgment. I'm still working on it, because obviously I have insecurities, or I wouldn't give a fuck about judgment. There is some things that I need to work on when people speak on them. I don't even be like, oh my gosh, they're hurting my feelings. I be ready to box a bitch up. That's just simple. I don't even be on no hurt shit. You don't know me. You don't know my life. You don't know what I've been through. But then again, we don't know Rihanna's life, but we still talk about her. We don't know none of these folks' lives, and we still talk. People still talk about them. I wouldn't say we, because I don't do that lame ass shit unless a motherfucker coming for me. I just want to live my life in luxury until I go. I want to be able to show my children the meaning of having nice things. I absolutely want to spoil my children with love, affection, physical love, mental love, emotional love. I want to be able to spoil my children in all aspects of life, and I will not get it right the first time or every time. They're also growing up in a different era than we were. I grew up seeing technology, I mean literally like blossom, but at the same time our children are born into technology, so we have no idea how it's gonna be for them. We don't know how life is gonna be for them, you know. Some of the things that happened to me as a child, or was said to me as a child, I don't want to do that. I don't want to redo that. I don't want to not be able to spoil my children or anything. And I'm not saying anything about my parents. I'm just saying, like, I want to work hard for the life of luxury. We have it way easier, us as the adults now, we have it way easier to be able to make money. You can make money online. Jobs are paying better. Entrepreneurship wasn't really that big of a thing for like my family growing up. It was very hard. My parents had 5 children. 7 people in a home. It was very hard for them to just live the life of luxury. That's all they knew, was to work, come home, deck their home out, or whatever else. Like, it really wasn't much else. Like, the internet wasn't really that much. It wasn't all of that, or at least we didn't experience it. We had a computer, but the girls played Stardoll and stuff like that. Girl, we weren't looking up how our parents could make extra money online. I need to start going harder. I always have this excuse of feeling super tired, or emotionally and physically, mentally, whatever, drained. And sure enough, I probably am. I've been through a lot, but it's not an excuse. I don't want my kids to be like, well, mom, you should have tried harder, because I be having to listen to myself like, girl, that's an excuse, or girl, you just complaining and whining. Like, you need to get up and do both X, Y, and Z. I do know that I have to take care of myself, but as an entrepreneur, lack of sleep, you're gonna have it sometimes. I feel like I've caught up on a little bit of sleep, so now it's time to get back. Wow, I need a new foundation. Lord Jesus. I'm gonna have to really bronze and contour and all of that. Like, what? I was hoping I was getting a tan. I just didn't see it. And my face is getting hairy. That's annoying. Cheers, because I thought I needed, oh Lord, oh my God. I just need to get off of my butt. I feel like I've gotten enough rest, whether I did or not. I was able to clean and declutter a little bit around here, so I do feel much better about that. So when the kids get here, I don't have to feel like I'm doing 80 million things at one time. I at least got to declutter their bedroom. I'm working on mine. I've already cleaned up the kitchen, which you guys will see a video about that soon. Also, I've been able to rest, so I'm doing good, but I'm feeling like I just need to go harder. I want to be able to be a better person overall, a great person. I want to be great, wealthy. I want to be materialistic when it comes to properties. When I have properties, I want to be able to sell one of the best properties on the blogs. I want to have estates. I want to have all of that. Like, I don't even really know too much about all of that, but I'm gonna go to somebody and ask questions and have a mentor. Like, I'm gonna have it all because I want to also be able to make sure that my children see my mistakes and see how I was able to fix them, so to speak. When it comes to business, they are still very young, but I'm going to film that process, like that private process for them. I will document that private process for them so they know what to do when I'm not here. You know, I don't want to have all of this money and then I don't want my children to not know what to do with all of it, and then they blow it, and then their kids don't have, like, their kids have to fend for themselves and do it all over again. I don't want that for my children. Like I said, I'm going to make sure that I at least document all of my mistakes and things like that. I feel like YouTube has taught me a really good lesson. Me and David were, you know, doing good for ourselves. We weren't doing great yet. We were doing good for ourselves when we started, and then it kind of fell off because of all of the sand in the jar. Like, it was too many little things that got in the way. All of that. I want the nice jewelry, the nice cars. I want to be able to have stability. So, you know, I'm not going to be teaching my kids that, oh, we have a nice car and the next door neighbor doesn't. Don't be like them. No, we have a nice car because we're able to provide for ourselves. I want to have financial freedom. Like, I want to be able to talk to them in a way that they understand, but also in a blunt way. I don't want them to degrade people because people don't have nice things, because at one point we didn't. Like, right now we don't have the greatest of everything, but we are rich in love. We are rich in the home because I can afford to keep the lights and the electricity on. I can afford to keep food on our table, keep us full in our bellies. Like, I can afford those things, so we are rich in life. I don't want them to think that people are poor and deserve less because people are poor. Some people's mindsets are poor. Some people's way of thinking is poor. I don't want them to be poor in that way. Like, I want my babies to, regardless of the struggle, you're gonna have one if you do not keep your mind right. That's why I said if, because you will struggle if you do not keep your mind right. And some of us don't. Like, you know, some of us do fall short of those type of things. I feel like I want to be able to teach those boys early so that they don't have poor thinking, poor judgment, you know, things like that. I don't know what the hell. This is nasty. Like, I'm just mad that I'm breaking out like this because I don't even know. It's gonna make me so pissed off. Like, I don't want my children to grow up and have to struggle as young adults. I want them to already have it together before then. I also want them to be great people to other people, to even the enemy. You ain't gotta be all in their face, hee hee ha ha, but you never know who you may need later on. Now, all of the people I don't fuck with, I don't think I'm gonna need them. So, and if that time comes, joke's on me, because I got too much pride to be, no ma'am, people do me dirty. I'm not. So really what I'm about to do now is just snatch my face and then come back on here and then show y'all how I get down with this contour and maybe the highlight. I'm going in with the darker color on my cheekbones and my nose. I feel like there's a hornet outside of my window, so I'm gonna do it a little higher up and then curve it right there at the cheek. I haven't done makeup in a while, so let's hope that I'm doing this correctly for my face. I love doing my own makeup because I just make myself look so good. And then it's okay, like, if it's not perfectly like twins or nothing like that, because I'm gonna put blush on. I almost said bleach, and that's not funny. In the next few years, I am really trying to work on financial freedom, stability, to the point where, like, if my kids say, mommy, like, because, you know, King will go to school soon. He's 3, but I want to be able to take a huge vacation before he goes to school. And then when he's in school, like, on their spring breaks, if he has friends, we're going to do a family vacation, because I don't trust folks, huh? I'm speaking it into my life. I've spoke things into existence. Some people do not believe that, but I mean, it's been too much for me to, like, I've manifested things that, like, I believed in myself, and I think life hit me so hard that I stopped believing in myself. So that's why I can't necessarily manifest things as quickly now. But before, I was like a kid in a candy store. I could manifest anything. Not anything, I would say, but whatever I did put my mind to, I definitely had it. So, you know, hard work also is a big part of things, which I'm getting back to the groove of that as well, because I feel like there was a certain time where it was just so much around me. I started becoming the product of my environment that I lost a little bit of my work ethic. All I knew was hard work as a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, because I really didn't have much to look forward to when I, like, you know, I had to always do for myself when I started working. And that's okay, you know, I learned responsibility. I'm getting back into the motion of really crunching down on my spending and saving and things like that. So, you know, it's all a lesson. I definitely don't blame anyone but myself. I did what I did. I could have, you know, been like, okay, this isn't for me, and acted upon that. Yes, I have said things weren't for me, but I still sat and did the same old thing. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. Literally nobody's fault but mine. And I want to be able to teach my boys that, like, when you feel like you're out of place, you are. When I started smoking, I got like this feeling that it didn't go away anymore. Like, I just felt like there was more to life. There was more to my life anyway. I felt like there's a big ass purpose. And, you know, I didn't even learn that souls, like, are energy, and I never learned too much about souls until after high school. They don't teach you that stuff in high school. Maybe they will later, but they don't, and my boy's gonna know. I didn't know that it was my soul that I was feeling. Like, I'm a human being, but damn it, I feel like there was more to it than just being a human and having to die. I just know that the soul is energy. The soul is there. Like, if you feel it, and if you don't, like, you got some searching to do. But we all know that this is an experience, you know. This is not forever. We do know that, quote unquote, death is the only thing we are certain of when we're put on this planet. I know that I want to start getting into that, and I want to be able to tap into that. Like, I want to be able to tap into my purpose. I feel like part of my purpose is to lead my little gentlemen in the right direction. I'm not a man, so I can't teach them how to be men, but I can teach them how to be great human beings. Now, I don't get it all together, no, but I do know what it's like to have a nasty attitude, and for people to be like, you mean, like, we don't want to be around you. I know what that's all like. I know what that's like already, you know. It does not feel good. Yes, I was mean when I was younger. I always felt like, I didn't know why, but, you know, looking back, there was some things that I just needed fixed. I needed a therapist, damn it. I definitely needed a therapist, but it's okay, because I'm working on a lot of that. Like, everything will come, you know. Everything will come. I definitely need to buy new foundation. I need to get this face cleared up. I need new brushes too. This would be a great time to invest in my makeup brushes, because I was just saying how I want to have a good life. Like when I feel like something is old, kick out the old, bring in the new. Of course, I want to have my responsibilities done and knocked out of the way first, but save your money and then splurge a little on yourself. Do for yourself. I hate when people say you don't need that, like blah blah blah. Like, it always feels good to treat yourself. You deserve it. We ain't gonna be here for a long time, just a good time. Like, my parents always told us as girls to put 10% of our money in our savings account. I feel like that's very reasonable. There's times where I put like more in my savings than whatever I just got paid. Of course, I'm doing freelance as far as like hair and clothing or whatever, like sponsorships or whatever, so it's freelance, but sometimes I'll put the whole thing in the savings. That's just what I want to do. But they always said 10% because we were greedy little things and we wanted more. And that's okay to want more of your money, but they're teaching us responsibility as well. However you see fit, that's all. And this brush sucks. It does suck. But I'm going for a really deep look, so I can't even lie, it's doing the job. Okay, I'll get off of here and blend some more, and then I'm going to show y'all what it looked like. And then I'm going to get off and then just do my whole face. You stuck in your ways, stuck in your mind. Okay, so I'm all finished and I look glossy as heck because I don't have any more matte finishing spray or whatever. Oh, it still stayed. Yes. I thought my hair was gonna like do some crazy stuff. It stayed really good. Obviously, I need to get new makeup. I need to work on my lashes. I did a TikTok hack where I took the lash, like the strip lash, cut it up and put it underneath my lashes to make like the extension effect. I love it. So now I'm going to do TikToks. Kind of the point of this video was to talk about my best friend because I'm missing him so much. I call him my best friend because we weren't together. I can call him my first love or whatever, but all in all, he was my literal best friend. Like, he knew me inside and out, flip and dip, like, knew me. But it was just to talk about how he has impacted my life being here and then just one day not being here anymore. There was just some signs that made us feel like, us meaning like his family, friends, just made us feel like, you know, maybe he's out there roaming around. He probably come and visit us. He has visited me in a few dreams, so I'm taking that as he's still here somewhere. I'm trying not to freaking cry. It's just so sad. Like, so I'm on that journey to, you know, letting go of regretting and explaining what I want to do with my life now. Like, I'm gonna be humble, of course, because this is all temporary. God could take it all right now if you want to. Our higher power could be like, nope, you don't deserve it. Or, you know, worst case scenario, just take everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I really do want to live my life in luxury with memories, being a great person to people, but also enjoying this physical while I'm still here. I always keep my best friend on my neck. I will miss him forever, ever and ever and ever. I hope this was good enough. I did not do none of my makeup on camera. Maybe I will one day. I didn't do the full face on camera because I literally had to put these lashes on and it takes forever. And I like to listen to music, but maybe I will and do like a voiceover so I can still listen to my music and take forever. It's time to go do these TikToks though. So like I said, if you are new, welcome to our gang. Make sure you subscribe before the video ends and turn notification bell on. Might want to set it to all because I do post pretty often. I'm also going to be trying to switch up my hairstyle, and if I don't like it, I'll probably go back to this because I love this hairstyle. Like, I really do. Look, oh my gosh. Anyway, peace and love to everybody. I'm about to go. See you on TikTok.